So apparently we've been told a little fib, a little white lie in terms of what Manchester United could and might be doing this January transfer window. One of the, well, you all know who he is, one of the biggest journalist, European journalist in the world of football. Obviously, it's his time of year, isn't it, for Fabrizio Romano. Has shed a little bit of detail on his own YouTube channel about what Manchester United are actually doing. Unlike what Erik Ten Hag has said, there are also big meetings scheduled in this week for Sir Jim Radcliffe to sit down with Erik Ten Hag, lay out their plans, lay out the laws probably as well, and let's see where we go from here. Big game coming up against Wigan, obviously. We talked about this morning. I want to get your comments in on everything looking ahead to this year. We're going to look back at some of the best bits of last year as well at the end of this show, so stay tuned for that. So I'm going to get your opinions on a few things that have gone down over what was a hot and cold sort of year last year, 2023 for Manchester United. But hello everybody, welcome to Forever United TV. I'm Adam. This is your evening show. I hope you've all had a good first day of the year. If you weren't here this morning, maybe you was hungover. I'm not saying that's bad. I think you've had a good night and you're welcome to it. I think, to be honest, if you're a United fan, you definitely deserved a bit of a hangover this morning. You've seen out the year. The end of this year has been absolute garbage for United fans. So, if you were a bit rough, if you were a bit ropey, if you had one too many last night, then I forgive you completely. Manchester United were an absolute disaster class, and you've toasted in the new year in positivity, trying to forget about what happened on the pitch with Manchester United over the last month especially. Disastrous. But yes, we move on, and it is this week now, officially tomorrow anyway, business as usual. I'm sure the players had a bit of time off. Not like they deserved it or anything like that, but everyone deserves a little bit of time off, don't they? So, yes, we're hearing reports that there are now meetings scheduled this week for Ten Hag to sit down with Sir Jim Radcliffe. Crunch talks, you would have thought. In talks like this, you're usually going to get the likes of just touching base, finding out what's afoot, what the plans are going forward, transfer plans. Transfer strategy, I think, is most important with this meeting and what's going on. Well, yeah, there's a few people actually reporting on this now, saying that Sir Jim Radcliffe actually might have even been in around Carrington today. And there's a New Year's Day. There's nothing definite, there's nothing fully confirmed, but we're just knowing that this is going to happen anyway, and the reports are coming out that it is going to be this week. United need to get on with things as soon as possible. Shows you how confident everyone is about this actually just being finalised, as in the Sir Jim Radcliffe deal and everything moving forward. And I think Ten Hag needs to get a little bit of clarity of what his role at Manchester United is going to be. I think it's going to be completely different to what he's got right now and how he's approached things in the past. We talked this morning about a disaster which has been Erik Ten Hag in the transfer market for Manchester United. Anthony, Mason Mount, how he's got to try and make them players work right now. He is going to have to make something happen with his current squad, because there isn't going to be much coming in. Just a little bit of hope for United fans though, which I've been reading today, actually listening today, and that was regarding Fabrizio Romano's quotes on his own YouTube channel, saying that Manchester United, not quite what Erik Ten Hag said. People are expecting Manchester United to be quite active in the January transfer window. Now, it came as a shock to me, but obviously I'm a fan like you guys, and I'm scouring around trying to see and look at any report, any shred of hope that Manchester United could actually do something this January transfer window to try and change things. So I feel like this is an important week for Manchester United to set our stall out, or Ineos and Ten Hag to have their conversations and see what the plan is. I think it's more important that we see Ineos' plan rather than what Erik Ten Hag's got to say. Hopefully when this meeting happens, it's going to be one of Ineos telling Erik Ten Hag what he's going to do, especially when it comes to transfers, or what he is not going to do. I want this meeting and Erik Ten Hag to be walking away from it knowing that he is in a position where he's going to be given options of what a transfer committee / recruitment team have found, and this is the pool of players that you've got to pick from this small group. That's what I'm hoping comes from this the most to be honest, because Ten Hag, like we discussed this morning, like I just said, has been a bit of a disaster class when it comes to the January, not the January one, but January and summer transfer windows. It's not filling many United fans with much confidence, but you also got to look at it and go, at least we've now got someone else who can actually point him in the right direction. So as far as we know, Erik Ten Hag did an interview with United We Stand with Andy Mitten, the fanzine, and in that interview he said he's not expecting Manchester United to be very active in January, if anything. Rumours have then circulated about a couple of loan signings possibly, which I've talked about as well. So yeah, you look at it and you go, not much hope, really not much at all. But then Fabrizio Romano on his channel has talked about Ten Hag telling a little lie. That isn't exactly the case. He, for instance, has said that he knows for definite that Manchester United are actively communicating with 3 or 4 different players in the centre-back department and the centre-forward department to help out in them areas. Now, coincidentally, we're hearing also today that Martial and his team, and this is just a rumour, but they are actively looking for teams in the Saudi League for him to go to, and it will be for 0 payments, i.e. Manchester United receiving no fee. Kind of tells you exactly where Martial is right now in terms of other teams looking in and really wanting his services, doesn't it? So there's a striker that's going. We've just lost a midfielder. I don't know if that's going to affect anything, or if Ten Hag thinks he's got enough. But obviously with everything that's broke now regarding the contract situation with Raphael Varane, Victor Lindelof and everything like that, I feel like now we're looking at these rumours coming out from Fabrizio Romano as like, okay, maybe if Varane does move on, I think United will actively move in the direction of a centre forward. That's what Romano's sort of hinting at. The main targets are all forwards, them being the main 2, which are Guirassy and Timo Werner. Now, yes, here comes the meltdown moment for everyone. Timo Werner, I know what you're thinking. Just another hothead, another workhorse. Would you rather Timo Werner or Marcus Rashford right now? There's a question. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to put this into a poll. I'm going to really test you guys right now and see how favourable Marcus Rashford really is. Here we go. Are you ready for this one in the poll? Who would you rather? Are you ready for it? You ready? Rather have up front. I can't believe I'm doing this. I can't believe it. Rashford. Werner. Oh, spelled that wrong. There we go. Right now, tell me where you're at. I need to understand. I need to understand where everyone is at right now. How unfavourable is Marcus Rashford with this United fan base right now? I'm testing the water because Fabrizio Romano has pretty much cemented Manchester United's interest in Timo Werner. We heard these stories anyway. We knew this was happening. It's not just that Romano's broke this and it's breaking news. We've heard the stories about Timo Werner. We've heard them regarding Guirassy as well. Malam as well from Borussia Dortmund as another option. Because Manchester United are going to be possibly now, going off reports, maybe, if they are not too concerned about fees, going to lose Sancho, Ahmad and Martial. This is a full-on possibility. By the way, people, why are we not at 100 likes yet? Please, everyone in the chat right now, hit that like button. I need you to be on top of this right now, please. So hit the like button, everyone. We need to get them up to 100 before we hit that 15-minute mark at least. So please give the video a like, guys. Thank you for joining us again. No, you cannot say either. On this one, you can't say neither of them. You've got to pick one of them. Marcus Rashford, Timo Werner. Go for it right now. Oh my God, I can't believe it. I had a feeling it would go this way, but this just shows you exactly where we're actually at as a fan base right now. I'm going to let that one run for a bit because that's really interesting. But the news regarding Martial as well as everything else going on, I feel like there's a load of... no, Ahmad is reportedly a target to go out on loan again for other clubs. See, I don't understand this, and this is where Ten Hag is going to lose a little bit more faith with the fan base, to be honest, because you see when Ahmad came on, he looked like he could do a bit. He definitely did more than Anthony. And if we're keeping Anthony and letting Ahmad go, I mean, realistically, you know, that was probably going to be the outcome anyway, because Ahmad's not played much. We can see one game from Ahmad. We don't know if that's fully unconvincing or not, but you've got to look at that and go, Ahmad, really, I could do with seeing a little bit more of. I think he's a possibility there. More game time, you might actually get something out of him. You're definitely going to get more out of Ahmad than you will Anthony. And that is so bad on Anthony. That tells you everything you need to know right now. Honestly, I would say Ahmad over Anthony, but you're never going to see Anthony go out on loan, are you? Definitely not. That's not even a possibility right now. So, yeah, we are hearing noises that Ahmad, possibly Ipswich, are interested. Kieran McKenna's interested in Ahmad going on loan there, playing decent football, although he's not won in the last 5. Hit a bit of a shaky spell in that race to automatic promotion in the Championship. So, I honestly, again, I keep saying it, Anthony is Erik ten Hag's biggest issue. He's going to keep playing him because he's got to prove that he can actually, that there is actually a player in Anthony. He has to keep playing him. But it's killing us right now because he isn't good enough. Can Erik ten Hag actually just swallow his pride and say Anthony isn't playing? I don't think he possibly can. I don't think he can. I don't think he's got it in him. I really don't. But stranger things have happened. Anyone that Ten Hag has brought in, we've seen how it goes down. He's favoured and he usually ends up playing. Now, it's been a bit different this season because of Mason Mount. We went into the issues of that this morning. But for me, I feel like Ahmad, if anyone is going to leave in January, hopefully it is Martial and Sancho, then Ahmad definitely needs to be staying in this team. I think everything around Ahmad revolves around how many players leave in January. If Sancho goes, I personally still think Ahmad can go out on loan. I don't want him to go out on loan. I'm just going to make that clear right now. I just feel like the football club will look at it and go, we can definitely afford to let Ahmad go on loan. Because you've got Palestra, you've got Rashford, you've got Anthony. There's options there for Ten Hag. So, if Martial goes and Sancho goes, and Ahmad has to stay. He does. I feel like it's impossible for Ten Hag to get rid of him. But I feel like he has been a little bit of the one positive that came out of the game against Nottingham Forest. I thought the work rate and ingenuity of Garnacho was massive. How he never gives up. I still feel like he is an absolute superstar in the making. But Ahmad, just his little moments. He didn't do much, but what he did do, he did really well. So I feel like he is with the fan base right now something that we're clinging on to from weekend. And it wasn't much. Let's not kid ourselves. It definitely wasn't much. So, yeah, let's not get too carried away. I feel like with the fan base right now, sorry, just sorting something out on screen there. I feel like with the fan base right now, we're looking for the next move, the next big move, because it's not going to happen on the pitch. Manchester United fans are waiting for something that's going to happen off the pitch, i.e. a major bit of momentum, someone actually making a major decision. And I feel it may come in a starting lineup, it may come with this meeting with Sir Jim Radcliffe and Erik ten Hag this week. I feel like a big result or something like that, it just feels like the fan base is stuck in a bit of a lull. And again, like the stories I was reading from weekends, if you ask the match going, even an away fan, is Ten Hag the right man for Manchester United right now? Even they don't know where to go. They don't know if he is or if he isn't. It's incredibly difficult for United fans right now to say what's right and what's wrong until a plan is laid out. We're looking, I feel, for someone to blame right now as a fan base. I feel like that's where we are at. We need Sir Jim Radcliffe to come in, set his stall out, and then we need something to judge. We need to see if there's an actual plan going forward. And I feel like right now Manchester United don't have that plan. We don't, because it's in such a flux. We've not known what's happening. We've not known who is going to be in charge, who is going to be calling the shots, and everything's just gone a bit up in smoke. We need stability. We just need to know who's calling the shots at the moment. That's what we're looking for. And then we can have someone official to blame. Because right now, everyone's just looking for a target. Some people are not agreeing with what certain pundits are saying. Some people are not agreeing with what's coming out of the club, what people like me are saying. Everyone is just here, there, all over the place, looking to slag off someone else's opinion, someone else's idea of what is right and what is wrong, and it's just completely all over the place. The fan base is split. Super chat in from Tom. Thank you very much, my man. Happy New Year, Adam. Rashford should have been let go ages ago with his lazy buddies Lingard and Pogba. Possibly, mate. Possibly. Thank you for the super chat, Tom. Brilliant. General Foodie has just gifted a membership as well. Thank you very much, my friend. Always on that one. And 2JZ Supra has taken that membership. Welcome to the membership club, my friend. Hope you are doing well. Hope everyone's day is going well. Just going to check on the poll. Let's see where we're at with this one. 76% of people would rather have Timo Werner right now in this Manchester United team over Marcus Rashford. Ouch! That's bad. That's really bad. I'm not slagging Timo Werner off, but Marcus Rashford has been the pin-up, the poster boy for Manchester United for years now. For years. The go-to for Gareth Southgate. And this fan base right now, with where we're at and how bad it's been, they would rather see Timo Werner wearing that shirt than Marcus Rashford. And Timo Werner was down as a failure at Chelsea. Just hot air, running around like a headless chicken. Brilliant at RB, but just didn't fit in with Chelsea. Chelsea were looking for the out-and-out goal scorer field, and that's why it didn't work with Timo Werner. Would you like someone like that in your team, a worker? Someone who's going to put a little bit more effort in? Actually run his socks off. He is actually quick as well, Timo Werner. Let's not forget that. So, we're adding a bit of pace as well. So, yeah, I think this is why Manchester United and why this poll has gone the way it has gone. There's loads of votes going on this one as well. And Marcus Rashford to be outvoted by that amount to Timo Werner with this support right now, this Manchester United support in the chat with me, that is actually quite damning on Marcus. Steve Nolan says they clearly have never seen him play for Chelsea. This is the thing, he was brilliant before he went to Chelsea, but how many strikers have gone to Chelsea and just completely failed? Sparrow61 says, Adam, so glad you decided to go it alone. You will go far, mate. Wishing you a happy and prosperous 2024. Thank you very much, Sparrow61. Love that comment. W3 says, I'd let Rashford go if PSG came calling. I remember disagreeing with the move to sell Ruud van Nistelrooy at the time, and then I saw how his removal transformed the team. So Alex Ferguson realised what he had in Louis Saha when Van Nistelrooy left. That was very important. I think with Manchester United, we've got no backup at all. Rasmus Højlund coming in now is a positive for United, I feel. I think we can start to build a team around the focal point. He's 20, and if he is going to improve, and the potential is showing right now he's going to get up to that level that we need it to, then we can actually build a team around Rasmus Højlund. I feel like that is a doable thing. Charles says, Timo Werner is an actual striker, Adam. Yeah, I know, mate. I know, it just didn't work out at Chelsea. But yeah, that's what we need. We need another striker. Because Anthony Martial isn't going to cut it. Marcus Rashford quite clearly isn't going to cut it. We've seen that at Nottingham Forest. He can't play number 9. Rashford needs to be on the left or the right. If Timo Werner was an actual possibility for Manchester United, I would go and get him. I would. If we could get him on a loan or whatever it may be, I think that would be a clever loan. I would. A loan with a view to buy possibly at a cheap cut down price. Someone there who I feel will know his role in the team, would be happy to play second fiddle, and when he comes on, you're not going to get that sulking Sandra like Marcus Rashford, who is just going to spit his dummy out because he feels like he's got a God-given right to actually be on the pitch from the start. So that's the type of player that we need to have. Maybe that's the type of player and structure Ineos will bring to Manchester United. Rasmus, no. Centre-backs, yes. Pep Destiny. Don't know what you mean, but centre-backs are a must for Manchester United. Now, in Fabrizio Romano's comments on his YouTube channel about Manchester United in January, he mentioned Todibo again. Now, this morning we were talking about Todibo going, now being on Chelsea's radar as well as Tottenham's. So Jim Radcliffe holds all of the cards in this one, obviously, because he owns Nice, and that is where Todibo is at right now. So United have a trump card. This is why I feel like Varane is going to end up going in January. For certain, I feel he is not going to accept a new contract at Manchester United. I don't think he's going to accept a cut down price. I said this last night. I'm going to stick to it. I don't believe it. I feel like Raphael Varane, at the age he is, he's got a possibility to win more trophies somewhere else. At his age, at a cut down wage to stay at United, where United fans would see that as it'd be a pleasant surprise for one, but United fans would see that as a genuine act of a player that really has got the club's heart, the club's interest in his heart at heart. So yeah, where that is good and where we see it for us with our red tinted glasses on, it looks very good and everything works out for us. From the player's side of things, the player going into his 30s, cut down wage to play in a team that's not going to win anything. Let's be honest, it's a project. Is he willing to accept a project on them low wages alongside mediocre players? Because let's be honest, Varane is better than everyone else in that defence. I believe it anyway. You may disagree, but I don't think he's going to do it. And I feel like Manchester United may actually get money. He can actively move for free in the summer if he doesn't sign his contract. He's just going to do exactly what David De Gea has done. Except he will find a suitor. Raphael Varane will find football elsewhere and be challenging for trophies at another club. He'll go to another big club, whether it be Bayern Munich, whether it be Real Madrid. So Raphael Varane right now can negotiate a exit from Manchester United for free, and there is a genuine target for anyone that can bring Manchester United money. Sorry, I've lost track of what I was going to say there with Varane, but yeah, I feel like he is probably one of the only players within this squad right now. But Raphael Varane, I feel, will go in January. I don't know why. Something's telling me that this is all moved towards. I just think back to 3 or 4 weeks ago when he said that he wants to be at Manchester United. I actually feel like the talks were going on with Raphael Varane, but we're finding out now 3 or 4 weeks ago. I think he was told that United are cutting down the wages. Then we got the news about Manchester United's new structure of terminating contracts and being a bit more hard-handed with players. And now we're finding out, now Ineos has been confirmed, that Raphael Varane and other big earning players are going to be offered cut down contracts. They're not going to get contract extensions. Just to get it right, so everyone knows, if you didn't, Victor Lindelof is on 120 grand a week. He will be offered that extra year, which is an option the club has to extend off his old contract. So he will be on 120 a week for 1 more year and then let go, unless Manchester United want to sell him in the summer or this January also. Is this where we're going? Can we afford to get rid of a Varane and a Lindelof in January and bring in a Todibo? Is this what's happening? I don't know how it works, because let's not forget something else with this was, remember the vote that came in with the Premier League clubs a few weeks ago now regarding clubs with the same ownership being able to do transactions between the clubs that they own, and it was voted against. So now clubs like what Newcastle have got with the Saudi ownership, they've got they own 3 clubs I think in Saudi and obviously Newcastle, so they can transaction between them clubs. This was what the vote was for. So straight away I'm thinking, hang on a minute, so Jim Radcliffe can actually just make Todibo available for Manchester United. So how I structured this and where my mind was thinking, and this is just full on my own opinion, guys, and let me know what you think, but Todibo has come out publicly. Let's deal with the facts of what we've got first. Todibo has come out publicly and said he rejected United in the summer simply because he didn't believe in the plan. He wasn't bowled over by Manchester United's vision. In his comments, he said he needed to know exactly where he was going to be playing, what his role was going to be, and that he had security in that next move if he was going to a big club. He feels like he's good enough, but he needed the club to say and really want to show that he would be playing, and they thought he was good enough also. So that was his stance on things. Then we got the news regarding the dual ownership transactions with players, which I just spoke about. Now we've got the meeting with Sir Jim Radcliffe and Erik Ten Hag and setting out their plans. Then we've got now Rafael Varane looking like he's going to be leaving Manchester United. You can see where I'm going with this. I'm putting all the pieces of a jigsaw puzzle together and trying to come out with a bit of a clever, savvy sort of move of where Manchester United can make a deal actually happen. Lo and behold, Lindelof could possibly end up at Nice. I don't think Varane would go there personally. I think he wants a bigger deal. Lindelof to Nice, to Todibo, to United. Anything's possible. Anything's possible. But, you know, there is an actual transaction there for Manchester United. I just figured out a way myself on how this can happen. We know that can happen because all of the people that need to be in certain areas are there. So people are in position that can make that happen for Manchester United, and I feel like that's something that United should actively look at. Use what advantages you've got in this transfer. We haven't got much. We haven't got a pot full of cash. So Jim Radcliffe isn't going to come in and offer loads of money. But like the booster said in the title of this video, could possibly be that Sir Jim Radcliffe actually holds some cards here for Ten Hag. If Ten Hag isn't happy with Varane, which he wasn't before he was forced to play him because of injuries, and now he's realising he was wrong. So if he wants to stick to his guns and say he needs a better option, Manchester United can make moves to bring Jean-Claude Todibo into Manchester United. That is a deal that we can actually make. And we can make that happen in January if we have got the right structure in place and we can convince a player to come to Manchester. Because I feel like this right now is what Manchester United have never done or not done in the last 10 years. Every single big name player has come to Manchester United, and I'm talking about the big names. The only reason they've come to Manchester United over the last 10 years is because of that. It's because of the money. That's it. And you cannot deny that. Sanchez would have never been at Manchester United unless there was the money. You could say Zlatan came because of Mourinho and United's name. Maybe. Pogba coming back. Everyone built it as him coming back. Well, let's be honest. He was on absolute fortunes compared to what he was at Juventus. And he had a point to prove about Sir Alex Ferguson letting him go for nothing to Juve. For me, Manchester United now need to start convincing players that there is actually a future at the club for them to actually win trophies. You're going to have to go compete against Spurs and Chelsea and convince the player to come to United without the big wage packet, because that is something that we're not going to do anymore apparently. So that's what you've got to deal with right now. That is the difference with Manchester United. Let's get into the chat and see what you guys think of that. I don't know if anyone is going to go along where I was there, but hey, it's an idea, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's, if I can think about it, surely the football club can. He's a good player, Todibo, and he's someone that we have actually scouted. So let's use what we've got to actually make the deal happen. I think Varane and Casemiro will both go in Jan. I don't think Iron Ghost, I don't think Casemiro will go. I think we need midfielders now that Donny's gone anyway. And I think we'll end up losing Hannibal on loan also. Dango is going to go on loan to Dortmund possibly as well. I mean, there's all sorts to consider here. Do we keep Dango? Do we keep Hannibal? Do we let Casemiro go if he wants to go? Is that too much of a loss? It's a player in a position we haven't got much cover for, is what I would say. And that's why I don't see Casemiro going. We'll have Mainu and we'll have Casemiro for that particular role. We're quite clearly seeing that Scott McTominay is not up to that task. So let's forget about that idea straight away. Lindelof is just throwing good money after bad. Alien says, pay these players a basic wage. Play well, you get a bonus. If you don't like it, do one. Simple football tactics, Alien, but nothing is simple at United. Adam, full/partial owners at clubs make statement signings. Typical Glazonomics. We get partial owners, and the first thing they do is look to reduce wages. Yeah, I think this is, like we said, this is what Ineos are and what they've done before. So yeah, I feel like that's something that we had to expect. The money that they've pumped into Manchester United, I don't feel they're going to invest any more in the playing squad straight away or make a big lavish signing. I think we did have to accept that this was what was going to happen. I don't know why we are complaining. Big Harry will be back to save us soon, says Verbal Kent. Yes, Mr. Slabhead will be back. Hi Maguire, if you're watching, please leave in Jan, says Miguel Deja. It's a bit harsh on old Harry, isn't it? He's not done that much wrong this summer. He will be gone soon enough. He won't be getting a new contract at Manchester United. Nowhere near what he's on right now, which is about 190. And let's not forget, after this season, when we do not make the Champions League, I think Forest definitely confirmed that's not going to happen for us. These players will be on cut wages anyway, which is nice, just to see them failing and not earning as much. But really, they shouldn't be on the basic wages that they're on anyway. We know that. They're culling our best players, says Malps. It's pure Glazonomics. It's a disgrace. Jim is 7th Glazer. Ooh, Nilanjan is not happy with that one. Stephanie says, players' performances at present should be yearly wage, not weekly, in my opinion. Pep Destiny, has Berry got any good players? That is the wrong thing to say. That's something. Can't say that about a club that has gone out of business, mate. That's out of order. Super sticker from Sprock the Red. Thank you very much. Your first one as well. There was no message on that one, so I'm just saying that's a super sticker for that one. Cheers. Let's get the likes up, please, to 200, everybody. We're not too far away, so if you can leave the video a like, that would be fantastic. If everyone liked it right now, I think we could definitely get the 200 mark. Thank you so much for last night's show as well, guys. That was epic in what we got to. It was absolutely... It was crazy, wasn't it? But a great way to finish the year. So, guys, let me know what you think in terms of the Todibo one, a striker coming in. Actually, I'm going to change the poll right now. I'm just going to... That's that. Wow. Still, that vote blows me away. 74% of people in the chat would rather have Timo Werner up front than Marcus Rashford. Epic. End that poll right now. And yeah, let's move on. Dango is quality. Should be playing next to Kobe with Cass in front. Could even play Hannibal in a free and push Bruno into the front three. I don't know. I don't like Bruno up there too high. I think he's better. I think he's better further back, to be honest. James Dixon, I cannot believe people are choosing Werner over Rashford. 30 goals last season versus a man who can't hit a barn door in his entire time in the Premier League. This is just the world we're living in right now, James. I think this is the United fan base lashing out, personally. I feel like this is where we're at. This is where we're at as a fan base. We're looking for someone to blame. And anyone who is underperforming is going to get it big time, I feel, right now. Mr. Miracle, W3. Casemiro is not good in the current formation that Ten Hag uses and the style of football he wants to play. For future, Cas was number 3 option from Frankie and Rabiot not having come. That is quite harsh. Todibo is a good buy, says Charles. We need Varane. We don't want to repeat David De Gea mistake. I think we are going to. I think he's going to end up leaving. 198 likes. Give me 2 more, please, people. And then we can comfortably sit on that 200 mark and target hits once again. Bruno plays like he's in the front 3 anyway. It's true, but That is a true good point. He's always way too high up the pitch, out of position. This is the problem. Positional discipline, and now Ten Hag hasn't reined Bruno Fernandes back in yet, is very, very worrying. Last season, Rashford was playing for a contract. This season, he is not, Adam. Not, I've been told. Koala says, the only Werner I want up front is Warner Bros. Don't get that one. Yep, I sort of get it, but poor. Over 200 likes. Cheers for that, guys. As always, brilliant contributions from you lots. Now start telling me, what was your moment of 2023? We might as well finish up by talking about what was a crazy year for Manchester United. 60 odd games in one season under Ten Hag. Absolutely crazy. What was your standout moment for 2023, guys? Get your comments in now. I'm going to go through some more of your chat as we do. But yes, I want your best moment of 2023, everyone. Let me know what it is. Go Hannibal. If they were good, they would be playing every week. I feel like Garnacho was good and Ten Hag didn't play him. I feel like Palestri is good, but he doesn't play him. This is the problem we've got with Ten Hag. He's very stubborn and he likes his players that he knows. And I feel like he isn't going to go away from what he knows best. I'm done with spoilt brats, says David. David's totally the same. That sounds like a really bad joke, really bad dad joke, in my opinion. Which one is that? Garnacho bicycle kick. Love United, hate the Glazers, says Peter Reds. Yeah, Paul Lucas' moment of 2023 was the bicycle kick from Garnacho. Has to be Garnacho's overhead kick again. United Spotlight saying the same. Ending 6-year trophy drought, says Stephanie. Good one. I think lifting that trophy. Winning the Carabao Cup, UK strains again. Standout moments, their summer break. That's for the players anyway, definitely. There isn't one standout moment for Daryl. Oh, Daryl, come on. There's got to be something in there, buddy. Moment of 2023, Garnacho overhead kick for Mate. My moment was winning the Carabao Cup, standing next to... who? Oh, the Mirachi Band. Right, got your alien. Yeah, that was a really good day, that one. Lifting the Tin Pot Cup. Ricky Jones, Garnacho goal. New players will be dragged down to the current losers level. That's what happens with everyone who comes to Manchester United. It happens inevitably. Bruno has clung on for as long as he could, but I think he's there now, right now. He's playing the worst he's ever played at Manchester United. Celebrating that 2-1 comeback against City was pretty mental, lads. Pretty sure I nearly gave Alfie a black eye. That was a great moment, it was. It's a shame that we're just celebrating a one-off game. But that was great, celebrating that goal from Marcus Rashford against City. Beating him in the derby at Old Trafford. The scenes were unreal. And the atmosphere was absolutely electric. It really was. It really was. Best moment was seeing the team lift some silverware. Worst moment was that Saturday. That Qatar pulled out of the race to buy Manchester United. Alright guys, Dobie has set us up. We have got our best moments. So here we go. I'm opening the floodgates right now. What are the worst moments? What was the worst moment? Oh my God, I've got a catalogue. But I'm leaving this to you guys. I've got a feeling what's going to come up right here. And it involves a certain number. It's already in there from Matt Cooper. Low point was getting battered 7-0 to Liverpool on my 40th birthday. Oh... That is a harsh one to take, Mate. On your birthday as well. Not good, my friend. Not good. Oh, no. What else have we got? Lucas, I think we are too precious with our youth. Good enough, old enough, sink or swim. Oh, guys, it's a Werner joke. It's supposed to be bad. Oh. Sorry, reading out someone else's joke there. Go, Kobe, Mount, Casemiro, Garnacho, Højlund, Bruno, says Lee Dixon. Worst moment, Liverpool, Mike MUFC. Signing Mason Mount was the worst moment. Is that true, Stephanie? The start of the season, says Daryl. Yeah, it wasn't really much to get excited about. Travelling and spending a fortune in Copenhagen. I know them away days when you put everything in, spend all your money, and then you come back absolutely devastated because the team has just let you down. That happens to nearly every single away fan following Manchester United. Worst moment was 0-0 versus Liverpool. We should have battered them. Alien, behave yourself. Go get yourself a drink, mate. That's what you need to do. When Qatar dropped out of the ownership race, that was the worst moment. It was gutter. Oh, I don't know what that word is. And it was whatever it was. It wasn't good. And we are yet to see if Sir Jim will actually work. I think, yeah, that moment when Qatar dropped out and you knew that the Glazers were still going to be at the football club was a hard one to take. I don't think anything compares to losing 7-0 in an actual game to one of your biggest rivals of all time, though. That was too much. Anthony apparently isn't Ten Hag's biggest issue. It's total crap. Well, I think that comment is total crap, Aaron, but that's what this show is all about. Yes, he is. He spent 85 million on him and he can't make him work. Tell me a bigger problem. Tell me a bigger problem for Ten Hag right now, because he's being judged on the players that he's brought in more than anything. Because he spent 400 million and the team has got worse. So, yeah, I do believe it is a big problem. But it is about opinions. I do respect yours, even though I do think it is wrong. But that's what it's all about. Adam City winning the treble was the worst moment. Good point. Very good point. Losing to Forest because it's so fresh, it says Paul Lucas. Yeah, it's always the last game, isn't it? It's always the last game. Gut punch. That's what it was. It was a gut punch when Qatar dropped out, because it did mean that the Glazers were still going to be at Manchester United. Paul Lucas says Anana. Nananjan says Mount signing. Yeah, there's been plenty, hasn't there? Give me 19 more likes to get to the 250 mark, guys, please. That would be amazing. Thank you very much. It has been one hell of a start to 2024, really. Donny van der Beek was confirmed this morning. So David Brailsford has already been to Carrington. We're now hearing that there are plans for meetings for Sir Jim Radcliffe and Erik ten Hag as well. We are going to find out a lot more over the coming weeks, and the January transfer window isn't going to be as quiet as we first thought, according to Fabrizio Romano. Manchester United are actively looking at 3 or 4 players, including centre-backs and centre-forwards. So stay tuned. It may not be a damp squib as a first thought. But guys, that is the end of the video. Cheers for tuning in, everybody. Again, brilliant first day. Thank you very much, guys, again, for all of your support over 2023. We have kickstarted 24 with a bang. Hopefully this week we get some positive news in any way for the club. I don't care what it is, as long as it's positive. I need some positivity to come out of Manchester United. The content continues through the week, everyone. Hopefully you have a fantastic one. Don't need to worry tomorrow because there's no game for United. We're going to sit back and watch other teams play, and it will probably be more entertaining than watching United, and that is painful, I know, but hey, at least we've got football. And guys, thank you again so much for tuning in. It has been a ball. Hopefully this week brings us what, like I said, we hope, a bit of positive news, and we look forward in the build-up to FA Cup weekend as well. Good stuff. But for now, guys, that is it. Like, share and subscribe as always, especially if you're new to the channel. I'm Adam. This is Forever United TV. We are done for the day. Thank you, guys. We will see you tomorrow, 11:30. See you later, people.